Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation. I'm coming at you guys today with a competitive analysis for this generation's pseudo-legendary. That is Dragapult. Now, this is going to be a pretty hype video. Keep that in mind. This Pokemon's awesome. So, just keep in mind that this is a spoiler. So just want to give you guys a heads up if you're watching this before Sword and Shield is released, which you probably aren't. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at the pseudo-legendary for Pokemon Sword and Shield Generation 8, and that is Dragapult. Before we get into that video, I just want to toss you guys a thank you to all the outcry of support that I've received about these videos. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm not a guy who's made up videos that have achieved a lot of success in the past, and that's okay. I'm not doing this for the recognition. But if you guys want to show me your support and show that you support what I'm doing on this channel, you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, and you find it helpful, because that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to teach people about competitive Pokemon. Then if you could just take the time to, leave a like, leave a nice little comment or something, what your thoughts are on the video, what your thoughts are on this Pokemon, drop a subscription. That would all be awesome for me, and just really show that what I'm doing is appreciated by you guys. So just that's my little blurb real quick. But we're gonna get right into Dragapult. So right off the bat, this is this generation's pseudo-legendary, so you know it's probably gonna be at least pretty good at the very least. I don't think a single pseudo-legendary has ever fallen below RU, if not even UU. So these guys tend to be pretty much the cream of the crop. So let's look at Dragapult today. So this is a Dragon Ghost type. As far as I can remember, that's a new typing. I might be crazy. I could be totally... No, wait, no. Giratina. What am I saying? But that is a pretty rare typing then. If Giratina is the only one I can think of that has it. It's pretty rare typing. Definitely has some cool potential. Got some cool immunities. Its abilities are Clear Body, Infiltrator, and Cursed Body. The abilities leave something to be desired. Probably between all of these, they're all useful to an extent. Like, they're all situationally abilities. You're like, oh, that's kind of sick in this one situation one time. Because, like, if your Pokemon is going in something that's subbed, obviously Infiltrator feels awesome. Or if you're dealing with Clear Body, if you're dealing with like a Landorus Therian, that feels pretty cool too. Cursed Body, if you randomly get the disable, then that feels awesome. But again, if you don't kind of see the trend there, none of them ever feel good all the time. They're all situational and extremely so. I think Clear Body will probably be the best one overall. Maybe Infiltrator has a chance to see some success. I think Cursed Body, because it's just kind of unreliable, RNG based, it's going to be the one that sees the least play. But let's go into this Pokemon stats, and those are some pretty fun stats indeed. So first up for HP, we've got 88 HP, 75 defense, 75 special defense. So needless to say, not a great defensive typing to start with, and definitely doesn't have the stats to back it up either. So this Pokemon is not coming to the battle to take hits. Keep that in mind. What it is coming to the battle to do is put offensive pressure on and put it on fast and hard. 120 attack is definitely really nothing to scoff at. Not fantastic, but it's a well above average attack stat. A special attack stat, not great, but 100 is definitely usable. It's not something that your opponent can completely shrug off. It allows you to viably run mixed sets, and then 142 speed is bonkers. So you're going to be able to outspeed almost everything in the metagame and just absolutely dish out punishment to those Pokemon. So got definitely 142 speed, obviously being the notable one there, and it's got the move pool and the setup to back it up. So let's go ahead and take a look at that setup right now. So first up, Dragon Dart is its signature move, and that's a double hit, 50 base power move. So it hits twice, 50 base power dragon move, so that can be really, really cool. My guess is that the move does not make contact, meaning that you're not going to be afraid of those Rocky Helmet or Iron Barbs. And then those Dragon Darts, that's basically an 100 base power dragon move that has perfect accuracy. I'm pretty sure it's going to be able to hit really hard. It's a lot better than Dragon Claw. Easily becomes the choice over Outrage. For example, you don't get locked in. Dragon Darts becomes just a phenomenal go-to move for this Pokemon to use that achieves great neutral coverage. So you just got to back it up with some coverage from your coverage moves, I should say. Next up is Get Sucker Punch. Kind of a useful option if you were thinking you had to outspeed something with priority instead of just your already high speed stat. Just wanted to throw that in there. Dragon Dance is going to be a key move for this Pokemon. Dragon Dance is going to make this Pokemon really, really good. Boost its speed to even more insane levels. You'll basically be able to outspeed most Choice Scarf Pokemon after one Dragon Dance boost. So you're going to be able to run those Adamant Natures, those Naughty Natures, and just boost that attack stat through the roof as well. And just be able to hit really, really hard with those Dragon Darts. It's got Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Surf, Scald, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. Even moves I couldn't put on here. Its special coverage is insane. So you find the move that your team needs to hit. For most of the, you'll see for most of the videos, most of this video, I'll be talking about fire coverage to hit those steel types that dragon types otherwise are going to struggle with. But you have options. The water type can be a great coverage option. Electric type can obviously be a great coverage option. So you've got Great coverage options in all of those. U-turn is another really good option, I think. U-turn's worth noting because gives you that pivot. So if you're running a non-setup based Dragapult set, the pivot out will be huge for your Pokemon's chance to stay alive in the game, grab you offensive pressure, because this team of Pokemon's going to come and they hit it so fast and it hits hard enough, a lot of things are going to be checked out of the game. It gets the coverage to force a lot of Pokemon out when it comes in. So U-turn allows you to grab that momentum and keep pressure on your opponent through the match. Dragon Claw is on here. I don't know why I put it on here, to be honest. You're obviously going to run Dragon Dart, so I should have put something else there. But it gets some ghost coverage as well. Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Psychic Fangs, Outrage, just more coverage options. I guess if you really wanted to run Outrage for the power, you could, but again, I wouldn't. Psychic Fangs is another cool option. Another move I actually didn't include on here, I should have included over Dragon Claw, is Phantom Force. Between Phantom Force and Shadow Claw, you're going to be picking between those two as your best ghost type move. Obviously, neither is fantastic. That's kind of your own personal preference. Neither is without its flaws. Shadow Claw's got that really low base power, but it's got a crit chance. Phantom Force can hit through Protect, higher base power, but it takes 2 turns to hit. So it's never going to be perfect. You're going to kind of struggle to find exactly what you want. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple sets I've cooked up for you guys. This first one is the Dragon Dance Sweeper set, and this is the set that I think is going to be the bread and butter Dragapult set moving forward. I think this is going to be the best set that you can use in competitive play. I know I'm excited to try it day one. Item Life Orb is what I went for. You know what would be kind of cool is if this thing could hold a Grizius Orb or something like that, because that's that item that boosts your Ghost and Dragon type moves by 1.2 each. That would be kind of sick, because that's perfect. I just thought about that. But I give the ability Clear Body, so that something like Intimidate Pokemon can't come in and intimidate your attack stat back down. 252 attack, 252 HP, 252 speed is going to be the obvious bread and butter for any kind of EV set, for any Dragon, any kind of Dragon Dancing Sweeper. Easy go-to. I give it the option between a Naughty and a Naive nature. Because I'm running a mixed set, technically, you don't want to lower that special attack, because that special attack does matter. I think Naughty nature will actually be the way to go on a Dragapult, because it is so fast. Unless you're worried about speed time with other Dragapults, in which case go Naive. I think Naughty Nature is going to be a very viable option for people who are looking to sweep. And again, it's going to be kind of the predominance of Dragapult will kind of counter it. So if Dragapult itself is everywhere and you're going to have to beat other Dragapults with your own Dragapult, you might need to run Naive Nature. Hard to say for sure, but I think Naughty Nature will be very viable if you live in a world where you don't need to win, or you don't need to speed tie all the time. For the moves, obviously, I feel like the first 3 moves kind of go without saying. Dragon Dance is going to be your go-to setup, help you boost that speed and that attack up. Dragon Darts, your go-to physical stab move. Even furthermore, kind of the problem with an Infiltrator is Dragon Darts, this Pokemon's go-to move, breaks sub and then hits through it. So really, you're kind of already beating sub. So it's like Infiltrator Light already. So I don't know if that's going to be that good, but it's going to be a really good move for Dragapult to use, and you're going to want to stick with Clear Body, I'm guessing. Phantom Force is the move I chose over Shadow Claw. If you think Shadow Claw is going to be a better option, you can go ahead and pick Shadow Claw. I'm personally feeling like Phantom Force is going to be a little better. But yeah, I don't know. There's just no good physical ghost moves in the game, to be honest, so Phantom Force is probably as good as it's going to get for this guy. Next up, we've got Fire Blast, and that's your move to hit Steel types. This Pokemon doesn't get a physical fire move, which kind of sucks. If it got a physical fire move, then it'll be able to make a lot better use of that. But Fire Blast is going to have to be good enough for now. And that's going to allow you to break through those Steel types that otherwise are going to give you a lot of problems with your Dragon type move, because your best move is always going to be Dragon Darts. Phantom Force is significantly worse than Dragon Darts if you're hitting neutrally. So Fire Blast is going to hit those Steel types that Dragon Darts is not hitting reliably. And that's pretty much why I have it there. So that's basically this set in a nutshell. Let's take a look at another set I made. This set is, I think, another very viable option, and this is a Scarf Cleaner set. Choice Scarf, I gave it Infiltrator. You could also still go Clear Body. I went with Infiltrator here, and I don't know. I just kind of feeling like maybe because you're Scarf, but definitely you could consider going with Clear Body here as well. Dragon Darts, I went with Shadow Claw here because you don't want to be Scarf with Phantom Force, because then you're locked into a move that only hits every other turn, guaranteed. So you don't want to be messing around with that. Don't run Phantom Force on your choice sets. I gave it Fire Blast, and then obviously in this set you're able to run U-turn, so you want to run that fast U-turn. Quickly pivot out, switch into something that is going to be good against the Pokemon that's about to come in, and just keep offensive pressure on your opponent all game. I think the Dragon Dance set is going to be a little better, but the Scarf Cleaner set that I cooked up here I think has a chance to see some play as well. So let's take a look at some pros and cons, I think, in general. So from pros, it's got decent offensive power. Obviously, like I said, those attack stats aren't standout. They're not phenomenal, but they're good enough. And I think with the Dragon Dance boost and a Life Orb or something like that, you're going to be able to hit hard enough. It's got great setup. Dragon Dance is one of the best setup moves in the game, so it's obviously a great setup. Good coverage move pool. So like I said, it's got good coverage on the special side especially. You wish you had better physical coverage to make use of that physical Dragon Dance and stuff. But things like Fire Blast will help you beat those steel types. Access to pivot moves, U-turn, it's always awesome. U-turn is never going to be a bad move on almost any Pokemon, especially on a Pokemon that's this fast. If your opponent threatens you, just U-turn on out, no problem. And then finally, speed. This Pokemon's got speed for days. You can enjoy controlling the speed of a certain matchup very hard, and you can even afford to run non-speed boosting natures on this offensive Pokemon. So it's got a lot of speed, and that's why speed is in all caps. Now, every Pokemon comes with some cons for the most part. So this Pokemon comes with some cons as well. First of all, I think it needs boosts to be effective offensively. I think the Scarf Set's biggest problem will be that it runs out of power in a lot of situations. This Pokemon really appreciates that Life Orb Dragon Dance boost, I think. 120 attack is good, but it's not great. You're gonna feel underwhelmed by it, I think, a lot of the time. Poor Ghost Stab is obviously a problem. Like I talked about, Shadow Claw and physical, as far as physical Ghost Stab goes, Shadow Claw and Fan Force are both bad options. Not that there's many actually straight up better options out there. Just physical Ghost Cut moves are kind of like all really bad for some reason in the game. So that kind of falls into a trap there. And also bad abilities. I think there's a lot of abilities that would have made this Pokemon significantly better. Like significantly better. I think they kind of maybe even kept it in check by making all these abilities kind of suck. So the abilities are going to be pretty non-beneficial for its success in the metagame. Finally, I want to go over a few team options and some big threats with you guys. First up, Wall Breakers are going to be awesome for this guy. Like I said, you want to find Pokemon that can kind of chip down your opponent, break through their biggest walls. Because like if your opponent's Pokemon is like a Ferrothorn or some really bulky Steel type, before you have to click that Fire Blast on it, you really want to get that chip on it because you're not going to be taking a lot of hits back with this guy. So you want to be able to break down those walls as quickly and effectively as possible. So any good Wall Breaker is really helpful. Fairy Slayers are going to be really useful for this guy. Pokemon that can either lure in and kill Fairy types or kill Fairy types outright and threaten them are going to be really useful because this Pokemon, if you haven't noticed, has really no way to hit Fairy types. It doesn't have any physical poison coverage. I don't think it even has any special poison coverage. So Fairy types are a really huge problem for Dragapult. It doesn't have the power to break through them with its Ghost moves. Like we said, its Ghost moves suck and its attack stats already not like amazing. So the fact that Dragon Dance is awesome really helps it, because its attack stats not awesome outright. So Fairy Slayers are going to be a huge benefit for you. Also Steel Trappers. Honestly, I don't even know if Magnezone is allowed in this generation yet, but if Magnezone isn't allowed, you're going to want to find an option for a Steel Trapper I think could be really helpful. Steel types also obviously presenting a problem, so if you can remove them from the game and then not need to run Fire Blast and run a different coverage move in that last spot, I think Dragapult will be all the better for it. Big threats, like I was just saying, bulky fairies are a huge problem. If your fairy type that's switching into you does not fear your ghost move, then you kind of are out of luck because your dragon moves are going to do nothing against it. Your special coverage isn't strong enough to do anything against it. So you really need to find ways to kill fairy types before they become a problem for Dragapult. Steel types are also a problem, like I was saying. Again, you're kind of a little less so. That's why I put bulky fairies above them. But Steel types are a little less so, but they're also an issue for you. Fire Blast is not always going to be a reliable way to beat them. You could run Flamethrower, but that's even less power. So Steel types are an issue, and you really appreciate a teammate that can beat them. Finally, the big threat that I have here is priority moves. Dragapult is interestingly immune or resistant to a few different moves, but it is weak to a couple of other common ones. So it's resistant or immune to Quick Attack, Mach Punch, Extreme Speed, and what's the last one I was thinking of? Aqua Jet. It resists all of those, but it is unfortunately weak, also Vacuum Wave, I guess, but it is weak to Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch, Sucker Punch being really, really common, and the dark types that come in on these ghost type attack, like this Pokemon is super susceptible to getting Pursuit trapped by like a Bisharp or like a Sucker Punch kind of scares it out all the time. So you're gonna have to be really careful because it's both weak to that, it's frail, it's a really big problem for it. Also Shadow Sneak obviously is another issue for it. So that's Dragapult, guys. Overall, I think this Pokemon is an easy OU, slam dunk. I think it's kind of hard. It's a can't miss Pokemon. It's gonna be good. It's gotta be good because it just has the tools it needs to be effective. There's just no way around it. I think it's too fast. It's got the power it needs. It's got a great move. I just don't see a way for this Pokemon. It's a can't fail Pokemon. The question will be if it'll be meta defining or just a Pokemon that fits in home in the OU or UU tiers. I think if anything, if it went to UU, it would probably end up getting banned in that tier for just being too good. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you enjoyed it, like I said earlier, it really does mean a lot to me if you guys want to take the time to subscribe to me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I take the time to respond to almost everyone who writes down below, because if you take the time for me, I want to take the time for you. I really appreciate when guys, at least when my channel's small, you know, I think it's important to really try to connect with my community and help them out wherever possible. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave it below. Let me know what you guys think, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.